Hey guys, welcome along to the next episode of this F122 series that we're doing. Currently in F2, round 3 Baku practice session. Funnily enough, Monaco, whilst we did win the feature race, albeit with a spin and a couple of flashbacks used, Baku happens to be one of my favourite tracks to drive on compared to Monaco, which as mentioned a lot of times I do not enjoy. Absolutely love driving Baku, one of my absolute favourites, so this is going to be good. I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to take some time to set the car up in a second. We're going to go out for a couple of practice laps, and then we're going to run some practice programs, and we'll just get through practice, see how we get on, and then obviously end the video. Then we'll upload qualifying for a few days or maybe even the next day, and then we'll keep going from there. But yeah, I've got high expectations for Baku because it is one of my favourites. If it is my, generally speaking, it is my strongest circuit in F1 games, so hopefully that continues here. But let's go ahead and get the car set up and see what we can do. Okay. Went out for 3 laps there. I know I set a decent time in the first lap. Second lap, obviously, I span, so I just took a cool down lap. But just wanted to make sure that my pace was good enough there to be at the top of the score chart. So I'm not too fussed about that necessarily, but the setup itself was I was finding it a little bit squirmy in places. And if this was an F1 series, if we were doing F1 at the second, I would definitely be tweaking that to make it a little bit less squirmy. Where I'm finding it squirmy, it's just entry and exit of a few corners. I'm finding the back end a little bit squirmy. You may have noticed a little bit of twitching. Because it's F2, I'm not going to make tweaks to it to try and adjust that. I'm okay with it, especially because we're top of that leaderboard. So long as that remains the case, I'm happy. If it was F1, I'd definitely be tweaking it because I wouldn't want to risk it, but F2, I'm happy enough to go with it. It's good enough to keep us on top for the time being. So let's go ahead and run some practice programs, and we'll finish out this session.
Testing fuel management here, so try to lift and coast going into the corners. Don't be too aggressive on the power, but remember, you still have to beat the minimum lap time. Program complete and a job.
Alright, that was nice and easy. I definitely need to adjust the difficulty. I'll turn it up for sure after this race weekend. I forgot that I said I would need to do it. We'll knock it up 5% at some point, probably after this race weekend, and then if we'll continue to knock it up by 5% as I get more and more comfortable getting back into the swing of things. But definitely this is far too easy at the second. So is what it is though. We'll keep it as it is for the time being, so I'd like to change it at the start of a race weekend, and we'll do that. But what have I missed out on there? 2 meters of the racing line is fair enough. I wasn't sticking to a racing line, I know that, so not too fussed about that. Let's do tyre management, and then we'll have time to do the full race strategy, 5 laps I would have thought. So let's get on and get this done.
sure we can manage the tyres through a lap, so try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit. Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Okay, so that's that one done as well, and time to move on to the race strategy program. I've got 14, be about 13 minutes by the time we get out to get those 5 laps done. We should be able to manage them quite easily. Let's get that done.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy. job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused. Great lap, you nailed exactly what we asked for. Keep it up. Job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused. Great lap, you nailed exactly what we asked for. Keep it up. Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Do you know what? I'm delighted with that as well, because I don't know, you guys might not have noticed, but I pushed a lot harder on that last lap than I had been in previous laps, purely because I knew that Drugovic had moved ahead of me in the timing charts, and I really wanted that place back. I know it's practice, so I don't really care too much, but really wanted that place back. So I raced a lot harder towards the end. Sorry, on that last lap of that program. Not as hard as I could have done, obviously, but just harder than I had been. And yeah, just in order to try and get that place back, which I did by I think 2.5 tenths in the end. So all good, happy with that. It's been a really good practice session, to be fair. We got everything completed that we wanted to. We're going to finish top of the timing chart, which was really good. Car was a bit twitchy still some of the time. I'm sure you guys noticed there were a few hairy moments where I had to wrestle the car back under control, and we had to shift up a little bit or just adjust the steering quite hard to correct an oversteer or the back end kicking out a little bit. But yeah, all in all, decent session, really decent session. Happy with that. It is Baku, it is my favourite track, so I really enjoyed that. Can't wait to get back into the pits. I'm actually going to do qualifying immediately after this, so I'm going to end this video and then I'm going to record qualifying straight away. That's how I tend to do these videos anyway, because qualifying only takes 10 minutes or so. Given it's Baku, I'll probably only need one run out as well. I say that's being really optimistic, but let's hope. But let's get back into the pits. Let's have a little debrief and go from there. But we're not far from the pits now. Obviously, as well, to have got that timing back up to top the timing charts with that damaged front wing as well, which we caused on the first lap. Really happy with that. So really good stuff overall. Really good session. Really happy with that. So yeah, we're going to wait for the car to go back in. It should then end the session for us and just show us the timing charts, all that kind of thing. I'd have thought, unless there's other cars still on the track, but I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, no, there's nothing else on the track. So, Oh, it was less than 2/10 in the end, just under 2/10. But we've done it. We got there, so that's good. Happy with that. And yeah, hopefully on to the next session where hopefully we'll qualify on pole. That's what we're hoping for. But thank you ever so much for watching, you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.